Our next guest is a Jamaican woman who became homeless shortly after migrating or immigrating from Jamaica to the United States. But today, she is a commissioner in the city of Lauderdale Lakes, Broward County in Florida. How did that happen? Karlene Maxwell joins us now to tell us. Good morning to you, Commissioner. How are you?
Morning, everyone. I'm great. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
So good to have you. Your story is so inspiring. Born in Jamaica, born at Victoria Jubilee Hospital, lived in Halfway Tree and Waterford in St. Catherine, left Jamaica at 18 with your newborn son to join the US, juggling 2 jobs. And then within 3 months of landing in the US, things started to go south. Give us the synopsis of what started to happen that led you to ending up on the streets.
Well, in Jamaica, when I got pregnant, my mom wasn't happy about it. So she wanted me to leave my son and not bring him with me. And I told her no. So, I fight with her and brought him here. So while I was here, we just never got along. We see different things. She wanted, Jamaica, think everyone come to Jamaica. From Jamaica, we should be working in the healthcare field. And I wasn't like that. I didn't want to do that. So we kind of butt heads. And then one night, I remember me and my brother, I was watching television and he wanted to listen to music. So we started to argue. And then the cops came and they said, well, since you're the oldest one, she can ask you to leave, and ask her, do you want her to leave? And my mom said, yeah. They stand there and wait for me to pack my stuff, and I packed my stuff and I left. And never looked back since.
Wow. So you actually, you were taken in by a stranger. Well, a good Samaritan allowed you and your son to sleep on the floor until you had enough funds to kind of struggle on your own.
She was the babysitter.
Yeah.
And then I sent my son back to Jamaica because I couldn't do it with me. So I had to send him home. And so after
that must have been very, very difficult for you.
It was, and it was cold, girl. You leaving from a hot climate and coming into weather cold, it was rough. So everyone said I didn't know what to do. So I went to the train station, which was Grand Central at the time. It was my first time there. And I sat there for about 2 weeks because it's really busy there. It's like an airport. It's like people always go. So people really don't notice that you're staying there unless they're, so you could really sit there for days and people don't notice. So I sat there and everyone, I keep saying, okay, I need to go to a state that is close to Jamaica that I can go home and look for my son every time I want to. And everybody that came throughout the day and sit with me and talk with me said, Florida is the place. It's only a couple minutes away. So I jumped on the Amtrak train and I came off the end of the train was in Miami. Couldn't go anywhere else unless it was going to go in the water. And I found a woman's shelter. And I stayed there and figure out what I wanted. I knew I wanted better for myself. I knew that I want good things for me, and I know the Lord had good things for me. So I decided to sign up for Job Corps. And then Job Corps took me back from Florida to Batesville, Mississippi. Because the Job Corps I wanted to go to do clerical work, it was in Batesville, Mississippi. So I signed up for that to live on campus and went to Mississippi.
So you went to Job Corps, which is a government-run program that allowed you to live on campus and access some educational opportunities free of cost. And then you kind of just started soaring from there, Miss Karlene.
Right. So once I got there and graduated, came back to Florida, went to college there because I knew going to college gave you the opportunity to live on campus. So I went to college, came back, joined the sorority, was a Delta Phi Omega, and just did my thing and bought my first place, my first condo. And when I did, I invited my mom to come and spend time with me. So I used to buy her tickets to come over because, I forgave her and I just kept moving on. Because, forgiveness is for myself.
Good for you.
Yeah. So, we're still talking now. It's a struggle with she and I as far as a relationship, but I turn the other cheek many times and just keep it moving.
Yeah, and you've built your own family. You brought your son back. So
Yes,
yay.
I brought my son back. Stephen is 32. He's an artist. The portrait behind me, he painted it. He's a
Oh,
graffiti artist.
wow, wow, wow. And you have other children as well. It's a family of what, four?
I have my son who's 26 after Stephen. I have my daughter. He lives in Atlanta. I have my daughter. She's 23. She just graduated from Marymount Manhattan College in Manhattan. She's a writer, producer, and director. And then
Fantastic.
I have my 15-year-old here who thinks she's 55 and she's my mother.
And then your husband of 3 decades, who's
And
from
then I have a
Portland.
husband that I've been married to for 30 years. November
Wow.
1st, we celebrated we've been together for about 31 years. And November 1st, we celebrated our 28th or 29th anniversary. So
Wow.
I came, I put my life together and here I am today.
And so you actually do a lot of volunteer work now.
Yes, I do feed the homeless, but one of my passion is with working with FLIC, Florida Immigrant Coalition, where I help immigrants get their green card or their citizenship. Especially, so that's one of my passions. So I do that a lot,
And
and
you're
then
a
I'm also a mediator.
mediator. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm a mediator for the Broward County Courthouse here, and I've been a mediator for over a decade now.
I'm not surprised you're in mediation. Can I tell you, having gone through what you went through, I'm sure it's helped you in your own life, with your own relationships.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So I love helping people solve and come to resolution. So of course, mediation would have been the perfect choice.
So,
Well, my dream was to be a judge. I always wanted to be a judge. I
well,
started law school, never finished, and then I said, okay, I still want to be in the legal field, and mediation was the closest.
but why I feel like you could go back to law school.
Yeah, I was thinking that when my daughter graduated from high school and she's gone, because she's 16 now, just me and my husband, maybe I'll pursue it because it's just the two of us. So I'll
Yeah.
have time.
So, Karlene, when you look back and you see what you've accomplished over these last how many years with the odds being stacked against you, I see you've given this quote to Horace Mills, who's a journalist who wrote this story. Don't give up, keep your head on your body, look straight ahead and don't listen to negativity. Speak your truth and just do you.
Yeah.
Gosh, is that how you would sum up the last couple of years of your life? And what do you think it was that got you through all the difficult times to make you end up where you are today?
I think what got me through it was prayer and my kids, I didn't want to see them grow up struggling, especially my son. So I wanted to see more for my kids. I want them to be so proud of their mom. So that kept pushing me. And then I have a great husband who he supports me 110%. I mean, during the campaign, he was out there every day, every morning. Both of my wife, you know. So I have a great support system and I have some wonderful kids, and that just kept driving me and pushing me. And in my heart, I know I I'm I was made in God's image. I have great things to offer, and I just feel that I always felt good about myself, no matter what people said, and I know I had it in me, so I kept pushing myself because I know I'm like this. I know there's good for me. There's better for me. So for me, I take care of me first. Like my story to people is like when you go on the plane, they said if the plane's gonna crash, what you do first?
Put
You put
on
the life
your,
vest on yourself
yeah,
first,
yeah,
and that's what I did.
yeah.
Put the life vest on myself, and then I know once it's on me and I'm secure, I can help everyone around me.
That is an amen. And as commissioner, what do you do? What is your role and responsibility?
As a commissioner, my role is to help the people of Lauderdale Lakes have a better life, help help them with any concerns. The homeowners, the roads, the beautification, the school programs, the elderly programs. Try to make those better for us, that we have a better life in Lauderdale Lakes. But it's not just me; it's a team. So
Yeah.
I have the mayor and 3 other commissioners that will hopefully work together as a team and make stronger, that we can make Lauderdale Lakes better.
Karlene, I'm so moved and inspired by your story. Before we wrap it up, I'm just going to give you the opportunity to say hey and howdy to any family members you have here in Jamaica.
Oh, well, I want to say hi to everyone. I don't know. I think all my family members are in England and New York.
They're probably watching. It's all right. We
Have
have an
any out
international
there?
audience.
Hi guys, and big up to. I think my husband has a lot of in-laws in Cascade, Portland, Cascade. So he's telling
Okay.
me make sure. So in Portland, Cascade, all my in-laws, Happy Garden to. Okay, honey, yeah.
Mr. Williams.
Let's big up to all of them. Haven't met a lot of them, but hey, if you're out there and you are part of the family, love you guys. Blessings to all of you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. What a blessing to have you. Your story is amazing. Thank you for sharing it with us. We really, really appreciate it. Big up Mr. Williams in the background, sending his greetings. Nice to, quote unquote, meet you, sir. Thank you. Karlene Maxwell Williams, Commissioner in the City of Lauderdale Lakes, Broward County, Florida. All the best to you, Miss Karlene. Take good care.
Thank you guys, and blessings. Thank you for having me.
All right. On the other side of this break, guys, the dangers of DIY skincare products. We'll be right back.